Earth date Y2K 18.10.17, and this is Do-Rag Wisdom. With 20 days out of our midterms, Traitor Trump and his totalitarian terrorists are making their moves. We must stop Traitor Trump totalitarian terror. North Dakota, thanks to the tainted Supreme Court, more than ever now, American Indians on reservations will be denied the right to vote. The Traitor Trump terrorists want to get rid of Democratic Senator Heidi Heitkamp of that state, who voted against the appointment of rapist Kavanaugh. She won in her first bid just by a thread, and that was thanks to the American Indian voters in that state, North Dakota. But thanks to the Trumpists, all of these folks, American Indians, may be barred from voting in these 20 days because of a ridiculous law compelling them to have a numbered address. They don't have numbered addresses mostly on reservations. They have P.O. boxes. Since when does a P.O. box invalidate your right to vote? It's just 20 days away. The government of our country, the Trumpist government of our country, is trying to stop people from voting, and that's in North Dakota. Now, check out Georgia. More than 56,000 voters of color are being denied the right to vote by Secretary of State Trumpist Brian Kemp, who is also running for governor of that state. And he's running against Democrat and African-American Stacey Abrams. If she wins, she'd be the first African-American U.S. governor of Georgia. We have to stand against the fascist party that denies our rule of law and represses our right to vote. We've got to fight for Stacey Abrams. We've got to fight for Heidi Heitkamp. We've got to fight for the voters of North Dakota, the voters of Georgia, and the voters of any state suffering under the yoke of the Trumpists who are denying them the right to vote. The Traitor Trump terrorists despise our free press, while at the same time kissing the asses of dictators all over the world. It's a shame. Saudi Arabian rulers brutally murdered journalist Jamal Khashoggi because they knew that the American quote-unquote president, who has called the press the enemy of the people, would back them up. This son of a bitch, this traitor, birther, bastard Trump is doing just that. What a disgrace. You know, he called Stormy Daniels horseface. Well, he is a shit face. Now, you know, Bruce Orr of the Justice Department, he's one of the last of the FBI or in the Justice Department who haven't been fired by Trump yet. Trump's been working on trying to fire Bruce Orr for months. Orr was involved with helping get the Steele document out to us. Orr also specializes in the Russian mob and its influence in America. It is quite logical, as Mr. Spock would say, that an evil president, so-called president, who is really a mobster. Trump is really a mobster. He would be into organized crime if it was up to him. And it's logical to me that he would have sympathy for other criminals over those who investigate them, like Bruce Orr, a hero. If traitor terrorist Trump gets his way and fires Orr, he will be another in a long list of Justice Department and FBI officials, including Sally Yates, James Comey, and Andrew McCabe, who were all fired by Trump, especially since all of them were perceived by Traitor Trump as a threat because of his campaign's conspiracy with the Russians to destroy our elections. A slow-moving, horrific Friday night massacre. I loathe the Trumpists and their false god. I pledge to fight this creep and his contaminated party to my dying breath. I absolutely have no respect for our federal government now, or any state or local government ruled by the Trumpists. I I wish that I had a vast toilet bowl that could be used to flush all of these traitorous, fascist creeps and religious extremists down to the shithole that all of them are. I will never call traitor, birther, bastard, terrorist Trump president of my country. I will never, ever use his Supreme Court nor bow down to his legislature. The war, the cold Civil War, still goes on. These Trumpist creeps will be on top until we finally go medieval on their asses and treat them with the same savagery they've treated us. When they go low, we go lower, because bullies do not respect civility. Kindness to them is weakness. I'm a school teacher, an ex-school teacher, a retired school teacher. And when I was working with really rough students, trying to be kind to them was weakness to them. The way we have to treat these pricks, these fascist bastards, is to be firm, to be fair, to be friendly if we can, but if they're going to go low, insult us, try to accuse us of all kinds of false crap, then we have to go lower and get medieval on them, because they don't understand what kindness is. Look, they laugh at our kindness, at our humanity. These are sociopaths. These are fascists, and they're being supported by clueless, misguided people who have every right to support them, of course. Just like Kanye West has a right to support Trump. Okay, just like all these people, anybody who wants to support Trump, whether they're black or white or whatever they want, it's up to them. Whether they're a woman, there are many women that support that creep. I don't agree with them, but we cannot interfere with their right to think the way they want. I understand bullies. I understand what they are, what they do to people. And kindness, once again, to them is weakness. In the meantime, all of us must vote. And I mean every single person of voting age must get out and vote the Trumpist terrorists out. But if we don't, and voting does not work, there is always a bloody civil war to follow. And that will be the greatest tragedy of all. I don't even know how a war like that would be fought. Are we going to go after our neighbors? I mean, if the guy or gal across the street is a Republican, does that mean that we're going to be shooting each other when a bloody civil war starts? Is the battles going to be fought from street to street? Yeah. The greatest tragedy of all. A bloody second civil war because of a creep called Trump. I can hear Putin, Jong, MBS, with an emphasis on the BS, and the rest of the authoritarian scum laughing, even now.